All right, what's up, guys? This is question number 4 from the 2008 Form B AB exam. And in this question, you're given a function here, and you're told that g of x is equal to f of sine x. And the first question asks you to find f prime and g prime. Well, if I'm going to find f prime, that means I'd be deriving this side, which means I'd be deriving this side too. And so I'll be deriving an integration with a variable as the upper limit, which is the second fundamental theorem. So you plug in the upper limit and multiply by the derivative of the upper limit, which puts me to here. You could leave your answer right here if you wanted to. I chose to clean it up, so that puts me to here. And then the second part of this is to find g prime of x, all right? Well, I went ahead and just wrote out what g of x was. It says that g of x is f of sine x. So wherever I see x, I'm putting sine x, all right? So that puts me to here. And again, if I need to find g prime, well, I'd derive this side, so I'd derive this side. So the second fundamental theorem happens again. You plug in 3 sine x and then multiply by the derivative of 3 sine x. And I'm just going to leave my answer there. It's unsimplified, but it doesn't matter. Part B, write an equation for the line tangent to the graph of y equals g of x at x equals pi. Okay, so we know the x coordinate is pi. We need the output, the y value. So here is my g of x equation right here, okay, and I'm just replacing x with pi, all right. Now, you know that the sine of pi is 0. So what's happening here is that's like saying 0 to 0, right? The sine of pi is 0. So if you integrate from 0 to 0, that means you're not going anywhere, or that when you plug in the top limit minus plug in the bottom limit, you're going to have the same thing minus the same thing. Either way, it's 0. So there's my output. Okay, we already know the equation for g prime of x. So I'm just plugging a pi in. Okay, we just talked about how the sine of pi is 0. And then evaluate, you get -6. There's my tangent line. And then part C, it says write but do not evaluate an integral expression that represents the max value of g on the interval from 0 to pi and justify. Okay, so this is g of x right here, all right? And we want to figure out what's going to give us the max answer. Well, the max answer is going to happen when this upper limit is as big as it can get, okay? And sine is as big as it can get at pi over 2, right? The sine of pi over 2 is 1. That's its maximum. So essentially, I'm going to have to plug a pi over 2 in for x in order to get the biggest output. When I do that, the sine of pi over 2 is 1. So like that's being replaced with a 1 ultimately, which puts me to here. And then that's my answer. All right.